I think with any other vice, there should definitely be a certain regulation, if that makes sense. There definitely should be a little bit better of a regulation. Like, I know they're trying to roll out like needing to be 18 plus to like watch like Pornhub and certain websites like that. I think that's really what we should strive for, because one, I don't think you should take that experience away from others. Two, I don't think it's any more detrimental than any other drug you can name, right? Like, there's not you cannot tell me alcohol is less detrimental or has killed less people than porn. Alcohol has killed 10 times more people than porn will ever. In terms of just,
I think it's like, I think there should. I mean, because it's one of those things where it's like realistically, we can't get rid of it.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
so we're not God.
Yeah,
and I like what you were saying earlier with the whole like keep people from having the decision,
right?
Because God didn't even do that either.
Exactly.
He gave us free will.
You had that free will. You're able to. Yeah.
But I do like the making it more restrictive, and the state of Virginia actually just recently passed a law on the internet where most porn sites have to require individuals to send a picture of your ID to prove your age.
That's actually smart.
A lot of websites said, "Screw that, we're not doing that." So like the main one, Pornhub, was like, "Nah." And so like if you try to go on Pornhub like right now in Virginia, it won't even let you. But every other website will be like, you have to send a picture, and that like became a huge beef thing, because it's like, well, I want to, that's, security.
Not a government has your ID.
My ID, you shouldn't have to. But then it's like, well, you show your ID, you show your identity to get alcohol.
Yeah.
You show your ID, your to go, like, I'm from Washington State.
To travel, yeah.
When I go get a joint, I got to show them my ID to prove that I'm of age, to prove that I've met the requirements. Yeah. So, like, I don't know why people are so always like, why? It's like porn is so secret. It's like, I don't want anyone knowing about porn.
No, it's something that they actually don't want to admit to. Porn is one of those things that most people... exactly. Yeah. Most people don't want to actually admit. That's why it's viewed as like a silent killer. It's one of those things that like you really don't want to admit to.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
No, when I was doing the presentation of the project I had for a little bit, and I read that for Virginia, I like low-key didn't believe it.
You're like, what?
So I like went on. I did, and it's true.
Factually verified.
Yeah, but stuff like that's cool. I mean, especially like I like that stuff, because then it's like that's how you help the teens and the kids,
100%.
Because it's like, okay, I mean, if you're taking it back, like I don't think. I was thinking about this earlier, like. I think a lot of like media or like popular culture nowadays, like being a man is like, watching porn, getting hella girls talking
drinking beer.
Yeah, drinking beer, talking to the huzz, so like, do we agree with that?
Having aura.
No.
Aura.
I feel like a real man does not need sexual experience to feel good about himself.
I think
Need and want. But go ahead.
No, so for me it's a stark contrast, because one of my first girlfriends was like crazy. Like she must have watched an immense amount of porn, and she wanted me to do like the most obscene things, like choking, like hitting, like all these extreme unhealthy things. And I was like, I'm not about that life. And I think real men would acknowledge that and say, this is not healthy, this is not a good thing. But because of porn, I feel like we're so numb to that, that we can't even like protect our own like wives and like not like hit them when you're having sex. It's just, I don't know, to me it's really crazy.
Yeah. It's like people's desires now are fueled by fantasy.
I also think that our barometer of what we think a man is in terms of social media is less about what's really probably fulfilling and more just about accepting life for what it is, or accepting your reality for what it is, and kind of just being able to relate, right? So like a lot of the times when you'll have a conversation with a guy, you can relate to, like, let's say a girl walks by and you're like, damn, like stuff like fine shit, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like shit like that. But like in a way,
Respectfully.
respectfully.
You know
But
that.
you know that me though, right? Like I can't do that if I'm with a girl. I can't.
Right.
Girl, damn, look at fine shit right there. And then like everybody,
Hey, you know
look
those,
at me like what?
you know those friends that like someone will walk by and they're like 360
Just look at their
Yeah.
butt, like just like bro, what?
I'm like, bro, grow up.
And cat call. That's some New York shit. They be like,
I'm like, bro, you never seen a booty before? Like,
yeah, literally. No, it's a lot of guys like that, and like especially in New York, and they just straight up catcall you. But like to a degree, I think like some of it just comes from accepting that like as a man you do have urges, right? And the drugs and alcohol thing, I don't think like yeah, I know I see those guys that are like beers, guns, booze, like that's a real man, like it just all depends. I don't fundamentally think that that's like necessary, but I do think that the way we've set up social media and just like how we connect with people now, it's those things that we can kind of like agree on. Like, of course, you want to know how to maybe learn how to fish or be able to do a certain amount of push-ups or work out or have your body look a certain way. Know, like have enough experience with girls that you don't get around a girl and all of a sudden you're like, well, and like start getting shy and not know how to speak.
I feel like porn like increases that. Like
it does.
People are more shy because they're like, oh, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
They're just objectifying them.
Yeah.
They're just looking at.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Or they've never experienced, like they've never actually talked to a girl or had a girlfriend. So you might have a girlfriend and you come around, you know, a certain guy and like he's never actually even touched a girl. So for him to even like go out and shake the girl's arm, he's probably like, oh, sure. Like, you know, like that can already be an experience that like.
You're thinking all weird things. Like,
Bro, I remember there was this one time, I was like,
Are we going back to the classroom?
dude, this is crazy though, but I was on a train once, like this is years ago when I was probably like 14. I remember a drunk guy, this guy was piss drunk. Like you can walk by and smell it. That's how drunk he was.
Damn.
Two girls walk by. He goes, damn, bitch, you look so good. I just nutted in my pants.
that's crazy.
I was just thinking, that's a different level of just like depravity.
Yeah.
Like I remember in the moment, I was just thinking like, nutted in her pants. What does
that even mean?
Wait,
Hold it to your penis?
So
I know, right? Like I was like 14, like
he had like
talking about?
instantaneous,
Literally, like, and I don't know if he was being honest because he could have been, but like, that's also kind of a weird place to
instant
be.
nut.
You know?
Crazy.
So I think like with everything else though, like when it comes to like defining a man, there's balance. Like, I think all of those things we talked about, none of them are inherently good or bad. It's just kind of like how you balance and navigate those things in a way. That's what I would say.